Guys, if you have any questions for us, please do pop them in. We'd love to know your thoughts on all the watches as we go through them. Spencer, I'm just going to pop that back to you so you can give that back to Kaylee.
Yep.
We want to hear your thoughts on last week's releases. Were you disappointed with them? Did you think it was good? Did you think there was some left field ones? We've got a few coming up. Let's start off with our own pick. Spencer, this was your pick of the watches that were released last week.
I think that's stunning.
Tell me what that is.
So it's 41mm 126334 with a green fluted dial. Now I've seen a few of these dials, and I think, guys, what you've got to wait to see happen when you see some of these watches in the flesh.
Yeah.
You'll think very differently. I mean, let's face it, whatever Rolex bring out will be amazing. It really will. And they do a blue version of this with a diamond dial. But when you actually feel, touch, and look at these, you will think even a little bit more of what you said.
Yeah. Interestingly, I put it across no one said choose Rolex, but Janilda, this was your little pick. Very similar. What have you gone for?
Yes, very similar. It's a 36mm, so it's slightly smaller on a Jubilee. And I think just the green is just fantastic.
Yeah.
And also the price is absolutely reasonable. Lovely, lovely watch, and something that I would like personally to buy.
Yeah.
If I could.
If you could. Kaylee, you picked out this little baby. I love this.
It's the dial.
Kaylee.
It's the Onyx, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it is.
Now
Stunning.
there was another similar one. Did you see in the Yacht Master?
On the Yacht Master,
called the Falcon's
Falcon's Eye. Yeah.
Now that looks like you've had a bit of black onyx scraped against a wall on the Falcon's Eye. I think the onyx looks better personally. But again, you got to wait to see these. When
Pictures
you
don't do
them,
things. Yeah.
But that does look absolutely stunning. Yeah. And my pick, quite obviously, I've picked out the Riddler. And the reason why I've picked out the Riddler is because whilst everybody is saying it doesn't work, it doesn't make sense, it's backwards, but if you're left-handed, which I am, and I would wear a watch on my right wrist, it does to me.
You don't wear it on your right.
But I would.
Okay.
I equally would. I would feel comfortable with it. To me, looking at my wrist, it would make absolute sense where it is. But for all you right-handed people, absolutely, it's upside down and backwards. And I did stick my name down immediately
we're just used
for it.
to see.
Look,
Nobody was expecting
I've seen
it.
a number of different left-handed watches, and U-Boat makes some. I've seen some vintage things. The thing that I couldn't work out, that I focused on when I first saw this watch, is the date. If the date was in the regular place...
But you're thinking about it on a left hand, on a right-handed person. Now, if you stuck it on your other wrist, if you stuck it and looked at your wrist and the date is in exactly the same position as it would be on your left hand.
Possibly.
It's the absolute reverse. And therefore, but what it leads me to think, Spencer, and you'll be able to tell us all, I've never seen that many watches made for left-handed people.
But years ago, it wasn't even so much that. There's some big vintage watches that I've seen that had left-handed buttons. So when a watch was very big, it was still for a right-handed person
because you wouldn't
to be worn on the left wrist. But the advantage being, if the watch was really large, the button, I don't know if anyone's worn a big Pilot, the button digs in and gives you a big dent here. If you have a really oversized watch and you wear it on your left hand, the button will never dig into you, so it makes it more comfortable. That was part of the reason.
Yeah.
But look, it doesn't matter what Rolex bring out. Whatever they bring out will be popular.
I mean, I'm actually, for all of us, I'm actually quite excited to kind of see that. Al says, Gavin, I'm left-handed and wear it on the right wrist. Roger Kenyon, I've ordered the Riddler for my brother, as he's the most cack-handed person I know, and I would agree with that, that we are all cack-handed. Jonathan Adamson, love the new GMT left-hander. Went to my AD on Saturday, put my name on the list. The first question I was asked, am I left-handed? To which I replied, yes. And by the way, they'll be able to, if you start writing things
So what
out.
do you think? You've got to be left-handed to qualify for this
Well,
watch?
just, I mean, who knows?
I think they'd probably get first pick, no?
An extra thing.
Yeah.
I've got to share with you.
Go on.
This came out on the Wednesday morning. I did take a few calls that afternoon saying, have you got the green GMT in?
Stock?
I said, no, it's not in today, but I do expect it to be in tomorrow morning.
Do you mean the Riddler, Spencer?
I mean
not the green
Riddler.
GMT, the Riddler.
Correct. The Riddler. And people did actually believe me.
Yeah. Paul Thorpe says, how rare is this watch going to be?
Well, at the moment, I haven't seen one, so extremely.
But I mean, this really is a Rolex that could be very limited because there's only, I don't know what the percentage of left-handed people is in the world.
I'll tell you another couple of questions that come out with this. People have mentioned, do you think people will take the bezel and put it on a regular? So again, this has come up a number of times. What I think, Gavin, you're going to have certain things here with this watch where you won't be able to put a green bezel on a Batman or a Pepsi.
Yeah.
Because it will be made differently.
Yeah.
It won't accept it.
Yeah. Uncle John says, aside from the switch of the date and window and crown, it's basically a black GMT.
Correct.
With a splash of green.
Bezel. Yeah, with a different bezel.
And that's absolutely right. Hit the Apex. Love that you used the original 60s Riddler. Yes, I have to say, as soon as that watch came out, didn't I say it, Spence? Straight away, I said that is the Riddler.
And there were half a dozen different names. And the Sprite, the Skoda.
Well, the Sprite makes no sense to me because that's green and yellow. And actually, it's interesting because someone was having a row with me on our...
7-Up. Someone said 7-Up.
Yeah, that doesn't work. But someone was having a row with me on our Rolex group saying... It's definitely the Sprite, and I was like, no, and he goes, well, why is the Coke the Coke? Because it's not red and black. Coke isn't red and black. And I said, what colour's the drink? The drink's black. The colour of the tins are red. No? Yeah. Anyway, Gavin Svedlov says it could be called Odd Job for me, and that's right. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of names this thing could be, but it's definitely a weird and wonderful thing.
But I do think it looks nice on the Jubilee, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't have it on the Jubilee.
I do think it looks nice on the Jubilee.
Yeah.
Well, you got a choice of either.
Yeah, which is nice. They haven't just stuck to an oyster. Yeah.
So very, very exciting. Some of the releases I thought were fantastic this week.
Yeah.
Amongst my favourites was definitely this baby.
I knew you'd love that, Gav.
Spencer.
Gav, I've got a little surprise.
Go on.
Right. I'm not just going to say that I've seen this watch. Yeah. I actually physically have this watch. Kaylee? Show.
You got one already?
Yep.
God, you don't hang around.
Well, did you know?
I'm almost disappointed now.
We're quite well known in the watch industry.
I'm quite disappointed you don't have a Riddler.
We get a few.
So here we go, guys. I'm gonna just.
This must be one of the very, very first
ones. Well, there's
ones.
none listed. Here, shall I put that on there?
Yeah, you pop that on there.
If anyone is interested in having one of the, if someone's interested in having one of the first, give me a call tomorrow. The deal has not been done, but I'm hoping to try and buy this, and it is fully stickered.
So that is that version on the bracelet.
On the bracelet. Yeah. Do you like it on the strap?
Let's have a look at the strap. I actually don't mind on the strap, but I love it on the bracelet. Yeah. Because to me, Spencer, am I wrong? That's a bit like the Explorer 2 Steve McQueen.
Steve McQueen Explorer.
Yeah,
exactly.
I just think it's a fantastic looking watch. I put my name down.
That's the 1665, the Steve McQueen from sort of the 70s with the orange hand. It's certainly similarities. The bezel's very similar. It's just a real old-looking watch.
Ian Nicholson says, I tried that Tudor Pro on. It's nice. The Tudor root beer is really nice. Ian, did they have them in stock where you were? Craig Food is asking how much, Spencer, please.
Give me a call tomorrow morning.
Give a call tomorrow because
has not been. Yeah. I've got one of each. I've got the root beer as well.
You have got the root beer, haven't you?
And if you have a look on Gav, you got the camera on there.
Yeah.
This has even got a sticker on it still.
If I can find where the camera button is. Oh, James, where's my phone? There it is. Okay.
A sticker on that.
Yeah.
And there's the watch.
It's fully stickered.
Let's the watch is back there, and I mean, just amazing. Watches that came out. I just thought the Tudor was exceptionally nice. And you've also got the root beer, haven't you?
We have, yes.
I can see it there. You kept that a bit quiet.
Quite well connected in the watch world.
Clearly.
For those of you who didn't know.
Clearly.
There we go.
But yeah, I can really see that on my wrist, by the way. Let's...
Gav, it would suit you.
Yeah.
I think so. But funnily enough, I wouldn't have the root beer thing. We're not going to call it a root beer, are we? The GMT.
No.
I tell you what, shall I hold it, Spence, at the risk of dropping it? You just open it up. Yeah. You can just hold it in front of the camera instead of opening up. You don't have to open all the seals. Done? Let me hold it. I'll put it under here. That's it.
That's also stickered as well.
Well, so it should be, no?
That is very nice as well.
What do we think of that, guys?
I do love the fact that Tudor keep their stickers on.
Yeah.
Night Diver says, if I buy it, I also get a date with Kaylee.
Done.
Done. Done. Even Kaylee's not saying no.
I don't know what he looks
She
like.
doesn't seem.
She likes Italian. She likes that. It doesn't matter. It's what people look like on the inside, Kaylee.
So Kaylee will personally deliver this as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't drive.
Just
say, if anyone is interested, call me tomorrow morning in the office and I will see what I can do.
There were some other sort of great releases that have really sort of gone underneath the radar. Let's have a little look. I've done the Tudor Black Bay GMT. We've done
some nice Panerais.
We've done, yeah. Well, let's have a little look because I saw these Panerais and I thought to myself, ooh, they're very nice. So have a little
Green
look at
is
that.
definitely
Dark
the colour.
green, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
nice.
really,
I feel
absolutely.
like every brand is trying to.
So this is
do the
Submersible
green.
QuarantaQuattro eSteel Verde Smeraldo.
44, Gav.
Sorry, say again.
44.
QuarantaQuattro. It's a 44mm
Is this
case
steel or
back.
Steel?
It's steel. It's called eSteel.
eSteel.
Now here's the spiel, Spencer. 44mm case back, safety lock crown protection device, and the ceramic anti-clockwise rotating bezel with graduated scale are made of eSteel, recognizing the critical importance of sustainability goals. 72 grams of the watch is made from recycled materials, corresponding to 52% of the total weight of the watch, which is 137 grams. So basically, it's eco-friendly. What do we think?
Very nice.
It is.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, do we like it because it's green?
Do you know how much they're?
I got a funny feeling it's circa. I could be absolutely wrong. I could be shot down for this. I have a feeling it's between 4 and 5 grand. I didn't actually look so much at the watches,
Really?
Wow.
but I think it's between 4 and 5
I do
grand.
love
I
it.
really like
It's
it.
quite clean, quite
Yeah.
contemporary.
And I think it really goes well on the green strap as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like that. Moving on to something that isn't so cheap, but I thought was equally knockout, and I'm surprised nobody picked it. But
I think it's phenomenal.
Oh, wow.
the Vacheron
Phenomenal.
Constantine Overseas. I mean, that
It is.
that is
Skeleton.
absolutely beautiful in the
Open works,
skeleton.
yeah.
Open works. And let's have a look at it in the. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That is a gorgeous,
The
gorgeous
only
looking
difficulty
piece.
with these, they can become a bit tricky to tell the time. Yeah.
Well, actually, you're right. The hands are getting a bit lost already.
They do get a bit lost.
But it's a beautiful piece, and the strap looks amazing,
Yeah.
and it's priced on application.
Yeah.
I feel
a bit like
it's
BQ
gonna be
watches.
difficult to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be
get
seeing.
Yeah.
And let's have a little look. I just picked out one Patek because there was quite a few releases, but this one to me. Do you know there's a theme here, isn't there?
That's what me and Il just said. Green.
Everything is
is
absolutely green. But that's also a beautiful looking watch. There's a little.
and that's nice as well. I do like
Here's
that.
the little Panerai film they
Look at
released,
that dial.
which is
The Patek, you mean?
that's a little bit bland for me. But look at the bezel. Look at the casing.
Yeah.
It's just so beautifully worked.
I mean, all them diamonds.
Look at that. Everybody sits in silence. It's pretty special,
wow.
though. Yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous watches. And, of course, we had an interesting release with Rolex. Some more interesting releases.
Yep.
We had
Yes.
the Air King. Let's have a little chat about the Air King and what they've done to it. So it's been redesigned. Case sporting straight sides and a winded crown guard.
Still 40 mil, isn't it?
I'm not entirely sure.
They
believe
did,
it is.
I don't
Yeah.
think they've changed the size.
No.
It's a perfect balance and improved legibility thanks to the O before the 5
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh,
on the
5.
minute scale. So they've balanced it out a little bit.
Yeah.